Hello everyone, welcome to my channel B&B CBS Gossip 24. The wedding bells of Liam and Hope, Steffy's fury unleashed on Luna. According to spoilers for the upcoming 3 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, which run from October 6 to October 24, Liam Spencer and Hope Logan are thinking about getting married while Steffy Forrester unleashes her fury on Luna Nozawa. More Luna drama will unfold over the week of October 6 to 10, as John Finnegan will learn that she is still alive, pregnant, and hidden away at the Spencer estate. Although Luna will quickly defend herself, Finn will undoubtedly find her behavior extremely offensive. Although Lee Finnegan will also encounter criticism, she will realize that she made a grave error by allowing Luna to continue wreaking havoc. At the Spencer mansion, Bridget Forrester will conduct the paternity test, giving Katie Logan the assurance that Luna's typical devious tactics won't be allowed. After all, Luna will appear nervous about Bridget taking the test, which may be a sign of some paternity concern. If Luna is hiding a different bio-dad possibility, she might be secretly concerned. In any event, Bridget will proceed with the test and make the results public as soon as possible. Poppy Nozawa will be shocked by Lee's involvement in all of this if she learns that Luna is still alive and starting a new crisis. Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, will wish to postpone informing Steffy about Luna's survival in the interim. Taylor and Brooke will also believe that it would be best to hold off until they had positive news regarding Luna's release from prison. When Deke Sharp approaches Hope with a sincere request, she appears ready to assist him in his ambition to make a name for himself in the fashion industry. Hope might urge that Deke assist in designing the new collection as Hope for the Future is relaunching. The aftermath from the paternity test will be shown to B&B viewers over the week of October 13th to 17th. Will the baby's father leave? Will you be relieved or even more appalled than before? If the test results indicate that Luna is pregnant, will Electra Forrester dump Will? As Carter Walton accepts Daphne Rose's assistance during his difficult moment, Hope and Liam might possibly formally announce their reconciliation. During the week of October 20th to 24th, Liam and Hope might start to consider getting married. After all, Beth Spencer has stated time and time again that she would prefer Hope to wed Liam rather than Carter. They might soon begin organizing their wedding because Beth's obsession with Hope and Liam's remarriage must be heading someplace. Naturally, Steffy will return in a big way in the upcoming weeks, and you can guarantee that when she does, she will be furious with Luna. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, there will undoubtedly be another significant confrontation between Luna and Steffy, so keep an eye out for all the drama that lies ahead. Finn is furious that Luna is still alive and wants answers. According to Monday, October 6 spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, John Finnegan will be shocked to learn that Luna Nozawa is still alive and will seek clarification. Following the terrifying events at the beach home, Finn's main concern was preserving the life of Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. Liam survived his own ordeal, but Finn found out later that Luna wasn't that fortunate. After spreading the untrue rumor that Luna had passed away during her recuperation, Lee Finnegan surreptitiously nursed her grandchild back to health. Finn would find it difficult to comprehend these Luna survival updates because he believed his own daughter was gone forever. When Finn discovers Lee lied to him, he will be furious and demand explanations for how this even occurred. Naturally, Sheila Sharp finally learned the truth and assisted in hiding Luna, so she would soon have to deal with Finn's wrath alongside Lee. When it comes to Luna's return, Finn is likely to have a range of complicated feelings. There might be a tiny part of Finn that is relieved that Luna is still alive because she is his biological mother. Finn will nevertheless understand that Luna's reappearance can only result in more suffering and devastation. The Doctor's mind should immediately turn to Steffy Forrester and her reaction upon learning of this Luna twist. But it will take some time before Steffy joins in on all the chaos in Luna. There will still be some uncharted territory in this plot as Finn won't be privy to all the details of Luna's most recent pregnancy. According to B&B spoilers, Poppy Nozawa will likely deal with the Luna stunner as well as share scenes with Finn in his office. Poppy's response to Luna's survival might be a little more nuanced, despite her earlier statements that she was relieved that Luna was dead. They will miss the days before Luna shattered their happy bubble with Will Spencer and Electra Forrester. Although it will be clear that Electra and Will are unhappy together, Will won't be prepared to give up on their future just yet. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Will and Electra's romance may or may not survive the impending paternity test. Lee's consequences in Finn vs. Luna. When Bridget Forrester performs a paternity test on a private patient, Lee Finnegan is subject to repercussions. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The Secret of Deke Sharp. Let's discuss the upcoming events for the week of October 6th before moving on to the 2 weekers. It is anticipated that Deke will visit Forrester Creations. He asks Hope Logan for a great favor after they share a reunion. Deke would love to work at FC and pursue her dream of becoming a fashion designer. He is depending on Hope's assistance, though, as he needs assistance breaking into the field. Deke questions how much longer he can keep Hope in the dark later in the week. Thus, this is probably about Luna Nozawa and Remy Price. John Finnegan's discovery. When Finn finds out that Luna is still alive, he makes a startling discovery. The doctor has a lot of questions when he sees his daughter. But when the man learns that Luna is expecting and that Will Spencer is purportedly the father, he may be appalled. Luna will tell Finn her side of the tale while crying like a crocodile. However, Finn may be faced with a moral conundrum on whether or not to notify Steffy Forrester Finnegan. The week of October 6, 2025. Ridge Forrester lashes out at her over with Lee. The doctor, however, is well aware that she made a mistake. What will she do to rectify it now? Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan Forrester make the decision to keep Steffy in the dark about Luna. Additionally, Bridget Forrester is called in by Katie Logan and Bill Spencer to do the paternity test on Luna's child. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Next 2 weeks. Fans may be able to view the paternity test results during the week of October 13th. In what way will Electra Forrester respond to the test results? Carter Walton and Daphne Rose go on. Hope will keep getting back in touch with Liam Spencer in the meanwhile. Poppy entered the room with confidence, voice carrying in the silence. She was dressed in an elegant sheath dress, hair perfect, expression composed. She paused when she saw Luna, her face tightening slightly, but she masked it. Luna turned to face her fully. Her voice rang out, sharp. Poppy. We need to talk. Poppy inclined her head. Of course. What's on your mind, dear? Her tone was smooth, but Luna sensed steel beneath it. Luna's eyes flashed. I've been hearing things. That you've been, what's the word, sabotaging me. Whispering doubts about me to the press. Undermining me at foundation meetings. Spreading rumors. She took a breath. Why are you doing it? Poppy raised a delicate brow. That's quite an accusation, Luna. Do you have proof? Luna pressed her lips tight. Not yet. But I'm going to find it. And when I do, I'll expose you. Her posture straightened. I won't stand by while someone poisons my reputation. A flicker of amusement passed over Poppy's face, like a curtain shifting. You're making threats, darling? How charming. She stepped closer, eyes hardening. Let me be clear, I have done nothing of the sort. But if you want a public spectacle, Luna, I won't back down. At that moment, before Luna could reply, the parlor doors swung open. The matriarch, Grandma Stephanie Forrester, or whichever older relative you prefer, entered, cane in hand, her presence commanding. She paused at the threshold, surveying the scene with sharp eyes. Now, what's going on here? Stephanie's voice was firm, clipped. I heard raised voices. She regarded both women in turn. Luna swallowed, pain flickering in her eyes. Grandma. Poppy and there are things going on that I believe she is doing behind my back. Her voice cracked. I'm asking her about it. Stephanie's gaze shifted to Poppy, stern. Poppy, you've been meddling. Poppy's face betrayed nothing, she bowed her head slightly. I assure you, Grandma, I have not. Luna is mistaken. Emotions are running high. I would never stoop to such things. Stephanie's eyes flashed. Mistaken. She turned to Luna. You heard rumors, who told you? And what kind of sabotage are we talking about? Luna drew in a shaky breath. In meetings, donors whisper that I'm inexperienced. That I don't have the vision. That I'm being influenced. I heard one version, that Poppy was planting doubts. I have seen emails vanish. Documents altered. I don't know yet who, but I suspect her. The room was tense. Poppy's face remained calm, almost brittle. Stephanie looked at Poppy sternly. Is any of that true? Poppy shook her head slowly. Absolutely not. I've been working hard, supporting Luna behind the scenes. Maybe someone else is sowing discord. You mustn't jump to conclusions. Luna's eyes flared. Maybe someone else? Or maybe you. You've always resented me, Poppy. My place in the family. My role in the company. Her voice dropped to a hush. You've always wanted this world for yourself. Poppy's lips curled. Oh, Luna. Always the victim. I've sacrificed plenty. Helped you when no one would. I never asked for praise. But don't mistake that for weakness. Stephanie gave a sharp exhale and raised a hand. Enough. I will not have two women in my house tearing each other apart over suspicion, over gossip. She leaned on her cane, stepping between them. I want to see proof. Both of you. Tomorrow morning, in my office. Whoever brings the truth, documented, verified, will be heard. The other will explain, under oath if necessary. Luna and Poppy dropped their stances. Luna's shoulders sagged. Poppy's jaw clenched. Stephanie continued, we're family. But we're also a company. And we cannot operate on mistrust. Luna, if you have evidence of document tampering, emails, witnesses, you present them. Poppy, if you've done nothing, you clear your name. And if there's another culprit, you both find them. Together, or one of you risks tearing apart the company by the time the sun sets. She looked from one to the other. Do I make myself clear? Both women nodded. Stephanie turned to Luna. I know it's hard to face these things. But accusations without proof destroy family. Be careful. And Poppy, hide nothing from me. With that, she turned and left the room, cane tapping behind her. The subtle echo seemed to settle the air. Luna exhaled slowly. Poppy's face was measured, cool. They stared at each other across the parlor. Luna lowered her gaze. I didn't want to accuse you if I was wrong. Her voice trembled. Poppy's shoulders relaxed fractionally. I know. But suspicion is dangerous. Once you suspect someone, the whole world seems tainted. Luna bit her lip. I'll dig for truth. Starting tonight. Poppy nodded curtly, then turned and walked out. Night of investigation. Later that evening, Luna sat at her desk in her small office annex in Forrester Creations. Moonlight filtered through blinds. She rifled through her emails, her computer logs, her auxiliary files, searching, comparing timestamps, checking for anomalies. She found a document you would think would be immutable, a donor contract. Earlier versions she had saved on her laptop didn't match the copy sitting in the server now. The names were slightly altered. A clause was missing. She frowned. She pulled up access logs. She saw that a remote login, or someone with credentials, accessed her account after hours. The IP address was masked, but she swore she recognized its format, something she had once seen associated with Poppy's assistant. She printed out logs, timestamps, saved them to a flash drive. Then she moved to check her backup archives. One folder was empty, erased. A hidden vault folder was missing. Someone had wiped it. Her heart pounded. She whispered, so now I have something. She sat back, fatigue weighing on her. She glanced toward her window, as though expecting someone else to burst in. Poppy's late-night confirmation. Meanwhile, Poppy was in her own study, faint lamplight illuminating a sleek, elegant room. She tapped her phone, meeting quietly with her assistant, transcribing a few words. She listened, nodding, then ended the call. She then checked her own email account. Nothing unusual. But she looked at her assistant's login logs. She frowned. There was a gap. Someone had tried to spoof an IP. She narrowed it in her mind. She poured herself a glass of water, then walked to a safe hidden behind a painting. Inside was a flash drive. She retrieved it, inserted it carefully into her laptop. She ran a program. It revealed deleted files, emails, shadow copies. She browsed, finding some of Luna's deleted backup files, including older drafts that had been overwritten. She scanned names. A clue. The login was from a computer in the Forrester Creations Annex, PC number 47. That was assigned to Luna's team originally. But who had remote access? Her face hardened. She leaned back. She whispered, it wasn't me. But someone has engineered this. And I'm going to find out who. She ejected the drive, returned it to the safe, closed the door. She sat quietly, in the dim light, thinking. Morning confrontation. At dawn, the sun crept reluctantly through tall windows in Grandma Stephanie's office, the grand heart of the fashion empire. The walls were lined with decades of Forrester history, sketches, photos, signed gowns. Luna entered first, clutching her flash drive and printed logs. She sat across from Poppy, who entered a moment later, chin held high, expression poised. Stephanie sat between them, behind her large mahogany desk, cane resting on the carpet at her feet. Stephanie cleared her throat. "We begin." She looked at Luna. "You said you had evidence." Luna nodded and pushed forward the printed logs and the flash drive. Stephanie picked them up, reading lists of timestamps, file deletions, remote logins. Stephanie's eyes narrowed, scanning the anomalies. She then pushed the papers toward Poppy. "Explain this," she said. Poppy inhaled, steady. "These are logs. Yes, they show unauthorized access. But not necessarily by me." She motioned to the drive. "And this drive, you can't be sure the files weren't planted." Stephanie snapped. "So far, they show someone tampered. That's enough to confirm the presence of sabotage." She turned to Luna. "Is there more?" Luna nodded and inserted the drive into Stephanie's computer. A folder appeared, Vault. Inside, there were earlier drafts of donor agreements and confidential itineraries, older versions Luna had archived. One file had a metadata tag, PF, backup. Luna voiced softly, "PF, Poppy Forrester." Stephanie's eyes widened. Poppy raised a hand defensively. "Metadata can be altered. This isn't proof." Her voice was steady, convincing. Luna pressed. "I also have the email trail. A message sent to a shadow account, from a forwarding alias that resolves to Poppy's assistant. The body was blank but had attachments, deleted. Then the alias was disabled. I have a screen capture." She passed it to Stephanie. Stephanie scrolled through the email archive, forwarding aliases, timestamps matching some of the tampering times, login IPs again, curiously masked, but some near-staff computers used by Poppy's assistants. Stephanie sat back, face stern. After a moment she said, "This is deeply disturbing. The evidence is growing. Poppy, do you have an explanation, other than denial?" Poppy's composure wavered for half a second. She looked at Stephanie, then turned to Luna. "Luna, I would never betray this family. But I also admit, I have had disagreements with your methods, your leadership in the Foundation. If I thought you were making a mistake, I might have tried to steer things behind the scenes. But sabotage? No. It's possible someone used me, or my name, as a cover." Luna's anger flared. "So you implicate yourself while casting blame on someone else?" Poppy stood, voice cold but controlled. "I suggest we find who's pulling all strings. It may not be me, or maybe someone using me. I propose we bring in outside experts. Forensic investigators. Trace IPs. Check internal cameras." Stephanie nodded. "Yes. I will authorize an independent audit. From a neutral firm. I will seal all accounts, freeze access. For the next 72 hours, no one may access document servers without logging through a monitored gateway. I want logs, hash values, backups restored. If someone is behind this, we will expose them." Luna exhaled. "Thank you, Grandma." She looked at Poppy. "Until then, be transparent. I want no more secrets." Poppy inclined her head. "Agreed. I will cooperate fully." Stephanie leaned forward. "One more thing. I want both of you to present, side by side, a statement to the board and to the Foundation donors. Explain the situation, take responsibility, vow transparency. No secret war in the dark." They both nodded. Luna's shoulders sagged, Poppy's face softened, regret, maybe relief flickered. Aftermath, fragile détente. Later that day in the parlor, Luna and Poppy sat across from each other, often glancing at one another awkwardly. Luna still clutched her phone. Poppy dressed a little more loose now, hair less perfect. The air wasn't friendly, but less hostile. They both knew they walked a tightrope. Luna spoke quietly. "I don't want us enemies." Poppy exhaled. "Nor I. I want peace. But we'll only get there if the truth comes out." They sat in silence, each thinking. Grandma Stephanie's voice broke through. Ladies. Breakfast will be in 15 minutes in the dining room. You're both invited. We face this together as a family, until the culprit is found. They both looked at Stephanie, gratitude mingled with tension. They nodded. Stephanie left the room, cane clicking softly. Luna and Poppy exchanged glances. Luna stood, heading toward the door. She paused, then turned back. If all goes right, maybe we rebuild trust. Poppy nodded slowly. Maybe we can. But nothing will ever be the same. Luna only nodded, then left. Poppy sat there, alone in the late morning light, absorbing how deeply wounded both had become. Epilogue, Seeds of Suspicion. Unknown to both women, in a dimly lit back office, a figure watched security footage of internal cameras. A gloved hand flicked over monitors, rewinding tapes at key hours. The figure hushed a phone call. Yes, they have evidence now. Poppy is playing you, she may be partly complicit. Keep her close, but let her think she's innocent. The Forrester throne must tilt, ours. The figure then muted the screens and sat back in shadow. The war was far from over. In the halls of Forrester Creations and the Spencer Forrester mansion, rumors would swirl, loyalties shift, trusts broken, and alliances forged anew. Tomorrow's board meeting would be the first major battle. And at the center of it would be Poppy and Luna, once rivals, now forced to confront a darker enemy who might be more dangerous than either of them feared. Would the matriarch's decree bring unity, or tear the family apart?